The C and K components from the Hack Model by Sarah Martin. Components of a C and K classroom. Constant application. That means students have built capacity and are able to choose from a number of different platform apps. There's a toolbox that can be kept up in front of the classroom where the teacher physically moves an icon to the bottom, and anything that's in the bottom of that toolbox means the students can choose that to use on their own. In a constant application classroom, technology is a necessity, not any longer just a novelty, something that you're trying to entice them with. It is now part of their daily ritual. They're using technology seamlessly in different subjects and for different platform apps. In a constant application classroom, it is student guided. The teacher is stepping back a little bit. We're not telling them exactly what to use, how to solve problems. They're taking more of the reins. In a knowledge-centered classroom or in a K classroom, the teacher is a facilitator. The students are leading their own learning. They're taking real ownership over what they were learning. It's rubric-based and inquiry-led. They're completing project-based learning, which means they're solving real-world problems by asking a question, finding their own information, and then producing a creation that will showcase what they've learned. A C and K classroom might sound tricky at first. A teacher really has to let go and trust in their students. So C and K in my first grade classroom this is how I'm imagining it to look. I've built capacity with 3 or more platforms, and I'm going to introduce a lesson around the concept of people and businesses in our community. The problem is that we live in a small rural community with not many businesses. We had one grocery store, but the roof fell in, so we don't even have a supermarket, any kind of a market in town anymore. There is a hardware store and there is one restaurant. So the question is, what types of businesses could be useful in our community? What could the students come up with that we might benefit from? Possible answers might be a doctor's office, a dentist's office, along those lines. The project is the students research businesses. They pick 4 to 5 businesses to add to our community and tell why they'll be beneficial. Then they create a new town that has our current businesses and their new choices. They will choose a platform to diagram the new town. You may be wondering why we need more innovation in our classroom. Well, first of all, kids love technology. They want to be on technology. They want to use it. They want to get creative and do things a little bit differently than it's always been done. We are living in an information age. Students have any information they want at the tip of their fingers whenever they want. They no longer have to rely just on a teacher, an adult, or their textbook for their information. They literally can find out anything they want just by typing in a sentence online. And finally, the most important is that research is showing that future jobs for our young students are going to be revolving around things that haven't even been invented yet. So we don't really even know what jobs we're going to be getting our students ready for. And this is taking information from the video that we watched about the high-tech classes in California, and students are creating huge exhibitions of work, and they're doing things a lot differently. They're not just reading out of a textbook. They're researching and finding information, and then they're applying that information to all different subject areas at once. So the most important thing about getting innovative in our classrooms is that we're not getting students ready for an industrial age jobs anymore. We're getting them ready for information age jobs, and that's going to require technology literacy, collaboration, leadership, productivity, and many others. There are 3 great ways to have an innovative classroom. The first is PBL, project-based learning. It involves real-world problems, authentic collaboration, and a showcase of learning. Flipped instruction. It's student-centered. It allows for lots of collaboration during class time. It allows for students to come in the morning, get real answers in real time from their teacher. It gives them lots of time for practice with their teacher. And it takes the homework essentially and puts it into the classroom time, and it takes the classroom lecture and puts it into homework time. So it might look like a flipped instruction classroom might look like the student listening to a lecture on a webcast during the nighttime or during lunchtime, and then when they come to class the next day, they've already learned that material so that they can directly apply it. Finally, there's the third, the blended learning classroom. That's basically mixing online learning with regular face-to-face teacher learning. So students are going somewhere on campus to get the teacher-to-teacher student interaction, but then they're off campus somewhere for the online learning. Courses, this can be really, really advantageous for schools that cannot afford or be able to give students certain courses. So like language learning courses might be really, really helpful in our school because we only have a Spanish teacher, and so students only get to take 2 years of Spanish in high school, and that's it. So if we could incorporate some blended learning into our school, we could start really, really young offering a second language and maybe something other than just Spanish as well.